Hi guys, today I'd like to start talking about a very important topic if you're about to start making money on coding. And the thing I'm supposed to talk about today is specializing. And no matter whether you're a freelancer or like you just have a junior or whatever position at the company, or maybe just working with your customer directly without freelance sites or something like that, doesn't matter. Well, the only thing that really matters is actually your specialty. And you've probably heard about a T-ladder like structure in specialties, basically. So you have to have you might have the wide range of skills you're familiar with. You can do that things like, but maybe not really deep in those. Like you can know lots of things, and that's generally good. But that's not enough to get the actual job and to really start getting paid for your code. And in order to actually start getting paid for your code, what you really need is diving deeply into the particular specialty. And that's one of the most tricky things, because it's not that easy to actually choose that particular specialty, because it heavily depends on your inner nature, and you just won't actually be able doing things that you hate, that you don't like. And you really have to be passionate about what you're doing. Only in that case you will get the job offer and so on, and you will love your job, and you'll be doing this with a great passion, and the success and the things flows naturally that way. Well, something like that. So but well, that's kind of inner part of this story, yeah. But just before diving into that particular thing, how it works in my particular example, basically. So I would be talking about myself a bit later. But before that, I like to introduce the basic branches that are available in today's programming world. I'll say it like that. So if say let's go to Fiverr freelance site, and here in the tab of programming and tech we have these categories, and this every single category here is really broad one. So you say the web programming. What is the web programming? It's front end, back end, and each one can be divided into numerous parts, and it's just like like bunch of trees in the forest. I don't know, like it's really broad. So if you say like you're a web programmer, it's like you say like that I deal with computers, like nothing special. So nobody really does care if you say that you're a web programmer, right? That they would actually ask you what's your particular specialty, and that's the beginning of the professional career, but basically. Okay, so and if we go to the programming and tech tab over here, it introduces even more sort of wide range topics like desktop applications, mobile apps, web programming, e-commerce, WordPress sites, chatbots, data analysis and reports, and each one is a very huge topic itself. So what we need here is we need to specialize, and that's basically thing they don't really kind of teach you at school, because it's something you have to kind of discover your own selves. So I don't really remember. Yeah, if you just go to the Fiverr's web programming section, it gives you tons of gigs. And here let's just see what we have. So this guy is supposed to create an entire website with the Laravel PHP and Angular 7 also website. So this too seems to be the full stack web developers. I'll create HTML page from guaranteed low price, and this guy seems to be the front end web developer, and so far and so on, and so many things here. But who is successful? So only those successful, basically only those who is really concrete in what he actually offers you. So like it's about being concrete. And basically, when the buyers or the customers using freelance sites like Fiverr or Upwork, they basically do something really concrete. So, and basically, the specialty I'm about to choose, what I've actually already chosen among the others in web programming and in web development, is data scraping. I was talking about this in my last video, in the previous one, but that time I wasn't really that sure whether to pick that or not. But after having kind of quite a long consultation with a very good friend of mine who's R programmer and also a data scientist, so he told me that that's the really good idea to choose the web scraping as your path, especially if you're really interested in that. And basically I am, for I have the engineer mindset, and it's focused on problems, on finding the solutions to the particular given problems. So it's the comparison to the researchers who like building castles in the clouds, something like that. So the engineers instead do something really specific and concrete, and they get paid for the particular result. So let's have just let's quickly search for web scraping, sorry. And here is how the buyer is getting specific, basically. And now we already see the gigs related exactly to the data scraping, by the way. And again, the scraping itself is also a bit broad topic, so you can scrape HTML pages, you can scrape images, some PDF files, extracting text from them. Also API scraping is available, so many options here. And also depends on what kind of data do you need as the output. So do you need it to be stored in the database or in the XLS file or in the CSV file or whatever. So that's kind of two stages. The first stage, you scrape the data. Well, the second stage, you actually parse the data and get the kind of get that data into the structured model, and then you store the structured model to some sort of database or single file. Doesn't really matter for now. So that's about getting special. And you know what, like what really does represent your specialty is your developer's profile. And a friend of mine actually kind of he told me that my profile on Upwork was absolutely kind of piece of crap, basically, and he helped me to create my new profile dedicated to web scraping. So the title line says like I'm the Python developer specializing at web and data scraping. So this is kind of the first line the customers are looking at. So like, who is this guy? Yeah, like not only his face, but who is he? He is a Python developer. Okay, so what is his specialty? The web and data scraping. And if they are looking for somebody who would scrape the data for them, they would kind of continue reading. So if they see something here like the Python developer or web developer or like just a good guy, you know, they say, okay, he's a good guy, but he's not what we need, basically. So we'll look for somebody else. So as far as you provide your particular specialty, so the Python developer is a broad range, like, so it specifies the language you're about to work in. So if they are looking for some Python developers, yeah, but there may be Python developers specializing at neural networks or 3D graphics or Windows applications or whatever. So they won't fit. So they need only those who does the web and data scraping. And then just a couple of words about what person you are. That's about can start with the soft skills. So you're basically starting to negotiate with the potential customer right over here in your profile, and you say like, you don't have to write much, a lot of text here, for they won't actually read it. They don't care. They want to get the very gist of who you are and what you can offer them, what you can actually provide. And then what they really interested at is your skill set. So, well, I've decided to divide my skills into 3 parts. So the first part is the soft skills. So, like, you know, the most important. So it's not really important to be the best technician ever, like understanding all of those tiny little details. You'll be able to learn that along the way. It's not the main thing. The main thing is being responsible for the result on any stage, which I am. And then you just say about your general knowledge, and the important thing, the short response time and smart suggestions. Like it tells the customer that you care about him, that you're kind of interested to respond him instantly and to suggest him how he can save his money, how he can manage his project in a more decent way, things like that. So they really like these things. And fast learning and adapting to challenges. And this means like you're not supposed to give up. So if you're doing the job, you will get this to the very end and get the things done, get the job done. And that's also like kind of one of the most important things they are looking at. So if you're about to break on the way or not. And then just a simple skill list. So what I have as the backend web development, so Node.js, Express, MongoDB. What I was doing some tutorials on this, and the programming language itself. Well, basically my friend told me to add C++ here, while I don't really know C++. Basically never written a single line of code in it, but you know, like, it looks just better than just C. So he just suggested me to print C++ here. Well, I don't know, maybe that's good, maybe not. Well, at least is as it is, okay. And extensive expertise for website scrapping, and this is like more specific skill already. And the most important one, the data entry, mining, and tags extraction. And this already relates to the particular specialty. And well, I was asking him about like bringing some information of some Python libraries I'm using to extract the tags and do the data mining and so on. And he said they really doesn't care about this. So they just need to know what concretely you can provide them. So they need this data entry, they need mining, they need tags extraction. They doesn't really care how you're supposed to do this in Python. They just say like, yeah, we want you to do this in Python, and whatever packages you like, it's on your side. We don't care. So we just need the result. Okay. And also the front-end skills here, and why the front-end skills are so important when you're dealing with the web and data scraping. Well, that's because when you want to parse the HTML response from the sites, well, say I'm supposed to parse this particular page, so this Python developer web and data scraping, this is probably something like H1 tag. So in order to scrape this correctly, I have to be familiar with the HTML structure and also with the CSS styling. For many data could be extracted not based on the tags, which might be changing along the way. So like the web developers change their sites, and your scraper will basically fail if you just rely on the tags, particular tags, their position and so on. So sometimes you have to rely on CSS styling, which is far more stable compared to HTML tags. So that's kind of like that. And you know, like the very magic about this stuff, that I've updated my profile yesterday, and for about like 10 minutes later, yeah, well, maybe not, maybe I don't remember how exactly, but that evening I got this: you received an invitation to interview for the job web data scraper, crawler, mining, researcher, automation, project manager, assistant. Well, I had to reject this because now I'm actually waiting for not for the job interview, but for the hourly paid job offer, which my friend is about to help me to get. Hence, I had to reject this one. But when I received this, I was absolutely sure that I'm receiving my friend's boss kind of invitation or job offer. I didn't really understand that this is from absolutely different guy. I have no idea who is he. Well, it was somebody named Victor from Canada, Vancouver. I don't know who is he, but like he was looking for web scrapper, yeah, and he saw my account, and that's really interesting because I have no jobs done on Upwork. I have no ratings, so like reviews there, no experience at Upwork, just a clean profile. Only something on my portfolio, so like he could see my code bank inside. He says that I've coded at least once in my life, like over here. He probably saw my GitHub if he was over here, and he saw a couple of my last project relating to web scrapping basically. So well, he considered that enough to make an invitation to the interview, and that's really great itself. So like the Upwork profile defines whether, well, if you're really specializing correctly, what you will eventually get some interviewer offers, like invitations to interviews. So that would kind of illustrate that you are really now specializing in something, even if you don't really that kind of great specialist. But if your profile is applied correctly, that you would definitely start getting some offers. So that's really kind of important thing. So you know, like I started this video talking about how it's important to basically have a specialty in software development and web development, no matter if you're a freelancer or whatever. And here is the illustration of how it basically works. Well guys, this is it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed this and find this useful, and if you really like it and want to see more videos, please like and subscribe to my channel. And one little announcement on the end. Now I've started heavily studying web and data scraping, so I would really need those knowledge in my daily job. I really hope I'll get that junior position at some French company. I'm not really sure about its name yet, so I'm waiting for the offer. It's about to come today. I really hope it is supposed to come. Okay, so in any case, doesn't matter if I get applied or not, if I get a position or not, I'm absolutely clear in my mind that I'm about to learn web scrapping as my professional specialty, and maybe not this job, maybe another one, doesn't matter. I'm supposed to become the great specialist in web and data scraping, and hence I'm going to start recording some video tutorials on Python data scraping, and I hope that would help you as well. So maybe data scraping is not for you. It's really specific field, and it's not like kind of for everybody, because many guys consider it to be really boring. But you know, like if you have the engineer's mindset like I do, well, that's probably a good thing. And personally, I consider web scraping to be really interesting and catchy, and it's just a fantastic topic to study. And I don't know, I love this. I really like it. Okay guys, so I hope that's clear. So until the next time, and take care.